So this is the adventure where we finally go hunting for the very beginning?
It is, and it starts by turning our ship to face the way we came.
We get to chase the light backward all the way to its source.
Right back to the moment everything you know first switched on.
But how do we even find the source of absolutely everything?
We begin with the one clue hiding in plain sight overhead.
You mean the sky you once said keeps quietly fleeing from us?
Every part of it is easing away from us in all directions.
Everything up there is truly sliding away from everything else?
Each distant island of stars drifts from all its neighbors.
So the whole sky grows a little lonelier and roomier as time goes on?
The gaps widen so gently that you could never feel it happening.
And you can actually measure this, it is not just a hunch?
We have watched it for lifetimes, and the drift is plainly real.
So this is the clue that leads us all the way home?
The whole sky racing apart is the first footprint the beginning left behind.
Then I just walk these footprints backward to reach the source?
So we ask what that fleeing sky looked like ages and ages ago.
If it is all pulling apart now, it sat closer together before?
Yesterday it huddled nearer, and the day before nearer still.
Could we play the whole sky like a film and spin it backward?
That is the trick, so let us wind the whole thing in reverse.
Backward until every distant island comes rushing home together?
Each one hurries back toward all the rest as the years unwind.
And packed that tightly, does the whole sky turn fierce and crowded?
Yes, and gas jam together like that grows tremendously hot.
So the deeper we rewind, the tighter and hotter it all gets?
Denser and fierier with every step further into the past.
How far can we wind it before something finally has to change?
We keep going until it all meets in a single glowing knot.
A single place where truly everything is gathered at once?
One tiny, blazing, crowded start, holding all that would ever exist.
So the stars and the worlds were all folded into that one place?
Every star, every world, and even you were tucked inside it.
It is almost too much to picture everything squeezed into one point.
That fierce, crowded, glowing start is exactly where our path is leading.
So how long ago did that fierce little start take place?
Roughly 13.8 billion years lie behind us.
That many billions of years is almost too huge to fit in my head.
It outdates every star and every world your eyes have ever met.
Older than the sun and older than the rock beneath my boots?
Far, far more ancient, beating even the oldest star we can point to.
And is that a number we really know, or just our best guess?
We have pinned it down carefully, so it is one we can lean on.
The real marvel is simply how impossibly long ago it all sits.
That great age is one of the very first solid facts on our journey.
So the fleeing sky really did lead us straight to a beginning.
It did, and now comes the part we must get exactly right.
I keep imagining a huge bomb blowing up in the dark, is that it?
That is the picture nearly everyone carries, and it misses the truth.
It was not a blast going off somewhere out in the darkness?
There was never any empty room lying around it at all.
Then it had nowhere outside itself to burst into?
Correct, there was no beyond to rush into and no elsewhere to reach.
So if nothing was flying outward, what was truly going on?
Space itself simply began to swell and grow larger in every part.
The empty backdrop itself was puffing up like rising dough?
Just so, and it carried every galaxy along for the ride as it grew.
And none of this swelling kicked off at one chosen spot?
Nowhere in particular, since it welled up everywhere in the same instant.
So the beginning was not tucked off to one side, but truly everywhere.
It unfolded across the whole of space in a single shared moment.
Even right here, in the very spot where I am floating?
Yes, the ground beneath you was every bit as much the beginning as anywhere.
If it bloomed everywhere, then which point counts as the heart of it?
There is none to find because every place was once the whole beginning.
And somewhere far off, is there a boundary where it all stops?
Nothing out there closes it off, and no wall stands at any far end.
A beginning with no heart and no border is deliciously odd.
It is dizzying, I know, yet it is the honest shape of things.
So anyone anywhere could rightly say it all began right here?
Every last one of us sits equally deep inside that same beginning.
Some of this we clearly know, and some still feels wrapped in mystery.
Just so, which is why this whole season we keep both ink and pencil handy.
2 whole tools only for chasing the source of everything?
Whatever we know for certain, we get to set down boldly in ink.
And whenever we are still unsure of the answer?
Then we sketch it lightly in pencil, ready to redraw it later.
So which parts of tonight can you write down for certain?
The racing, spreading sky goes down in firm ink with no doubt at all.
And that hotter, tighter past we uncovered by rewinding?
That blazing crowded stretch earns firm ink as well.
And that towering age of nearly 14 billion years?
That grand age is perhaps the boldest ink stroke of them all.
Then what part of tonight must we leave faint for now?
The very first flicker of that start stays softly in pencil.
And whatever might have come before that first moment.
So the sure things go down in ink, and a shadowy before stays in pencil.
So you truly promise to always tell me which mark is which?
I give you my word to label every ink line and every pencil line.
Because all season long we tiptoe right up to the edge of knowing?
All the way to that brink, staying truthful with every single step.
There is one last piece of this beginning that keeps tugging at me.
Go on, share the thought that is lighting up behind your eyes.
If it all sprang from one source, then everything is somehow kin?
Every single thing you could ever spot grew from that one root.
So one origin built the distant galaxies and the nearby stars?
Yes, and it shaped the worlds and everything wheeling between them too.
And it shaped the ground and the air and even me?
The selfsame moment gave rise to the soil, the sky, and you.
So I really am a tiny scrap of that one enormous start?
You are woven from the very same source as every star overhead.
That makes the whole sky feel a little like distant family.
Kin it truly is, every point of it born from one beginning beside you.
One single beginning behind absolutely everything that exists.
That one shared start is the doorway we step through all season long.
So tonight was really just our first small step into the story?
We have merely pushed the great door open onto the long journey home.
But we did meet the fleeing sky and that one crowded start?
We did, and we inked a beginning that owns no center and no border.
While the very first instant waits, kept honestly faint for now?
Held softly in pencil until we can creep a little nearer the edge.
So where does the light take us the very next time?
Next time we follow the light back to the very first stars.
The very first stars that ever shone in the whole sky?
The first stars ever to light up in a young and dark sky.
I cannot wait to go and meet the first light of all.
We will go looking for it together very soon.
This is the finest opening to an adventure I could ever dream up.
A grand beginning indeed, and one we share with all that exists.
If the biggest questions thrill you, then journey along with us.
Subscribe and come trace the light homeward right beside us.
A whole season of origins is waiting for us just ahead.
An entire season of them, each one marked in ink and pencil.
See you out there, explorers.